boy Dono, episode 3. I got my brother with me, Los. What's good with you, bro?
What's up with you now?
What you got going on with you nowadays, man, outside of school?
Man, pretty much, man, outside of school, man, it's about trying to go to that next level and get away from the normal working habits.
I'm just really trying to maximize my time now, you know what I'm saying, man? But no, man, I was gonna ask you though, so how you feel about today's music nowadays? Like, you know, hip hop, rap, everything going on, like nowadays, like the artists and everything, what they got going, the new school generation, so to say. You know, we a little older school, the generation, but
Well, I am. I don't know about you. But, you know, when I think about this new modern day music or modern day hip hop, it actually just kind of shows me the evolution of music itself and us as a culture, as a people. You know, I think back to when our parents were growing up and they had music that they listened to, their parents hated it.
yeah,
And then it's a trend that I see
that's
happening.
all it is.
And I don't want to say that I hate today's music, you know, because that's not what I'm saying at all. But this new generation of music that is starting to come and to be present, it's just like it's just like a whole different vibe, you know. And of course, me, I like that old school vibe, you know, that old
Boom
school
bap,
music,
hip hop, yeah, I already know, man.
Definitely, man. But there's an appreciation to be had, and within this new era, a new age of what we call hip hop, you know, with the dance, with the music, with the choreography, like it's just, you know, it's different, man. Like it's just you got to kind of move with the time, with the times. Everything is constantly evolving and changing. So you know, you just try to evolve with it, but you got to bring a little bit of that old with the new.
You got to, because like, man, to be honest with you, I'm only 30, so I can say I can only go as far back, so to say, like, I like old school Jay-Z, just based off of you, to be, you know, in reality. You know, we from Milwaukee, all we know is northern rap at the time. Like, well, that's all we was really listening to. You put me on Outkast and all that. But that's the type of vibes as I got older. I was really looking forward to hoping that would grow like that. It really just, it changed, but it didn't change in a terrible way. It's not that I don't like what's out there now. It's more so I respect it, and it's different. Everybody's unique, you know what I'm saying? We all do our own things. Everybody got their own type of talents. Different artists sound different, you know what I'm saying? Some people lyrical, and some people just like to just find a cold beat and just say whatever on it. You know, I respect it. But us being artists, I just like lyricism, man. I like to have a meaning to what I'm talking about, like, you know what I'm saying? Because I already talk, so it's like if I'm going to talk in a song, I would rather somebody actually be like, okay, what is he really talking about? Let me get it in ear. You know what I'm saying? It's beyond double entendres and all that. It's just more so like I really have a story to tell every single time I rap. And that's the type of effort that I put into it when I'm writing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never just try to sit there. You know, every now and then we might have a mess around beat. We might just mess around on some shit just to have something recorded or something cool. But when we actually got tracks that's dope like that, I'm actually trying to go, you know, all in. Like, I'm trying to actually write some stuff that's going to be like, okay, so what's my listener really thinking about when they hear me speak? They thinking about, you know, positivity and stuff. I don't like rapping about all this nonsense that really doesn't apply to me. There's no reason for all that. Like,
you know, I tell you what's interesting is that I feel like Kanye said it best. When he came into the industry, what he said he wanted to do, he said that he didn't want to rap about the guns. He didn't want to rap about the violence and the gangs and the this and that and the selling of drugs. He said, I want to rap about my life. Yeah. Like things that I go through, and I hope that people can connect with it.
Yeah.
And literally, you know, not to say that I'm trying to mimic Kanye, because that's not the case at all. But what I've noticed is that that's exactly what, you know, I don't want to say I do, but what we do with our music. Like if you listen to all of our music and going through all of the different tracks that we made, it was literally telling a story. And we hope that people can take a portion of that story and be able to relate and enjoy the passion of hip hop. You know,
definitely. That's one thing.
That's us giving back to the people.
Yeah, I mean, they need it though, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's just so much different things that's out there nowadays that just it's just a vibe. Like you hear it, maybe you just in that mood to just jig or whatever to it, but it's never like, it's not as lyrical as you want it to be as it used to be. Like, that's why I still try to go hype on J. Cole and Kendrick and all those cats. Most always got something to talk about. It's just like just the illest wordplay. And I'm like, man, I have to hear this. Like this is ear candy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you know, like one thing I realized is that you have rappers and then you have lyricists.
Yeah.
You know, we got a lot of rappers nowadays.
Yeah, anybody.
We don't have a whole bunch of lyricists like we used to. So it's like when you receive that or you get that, it's just, man, it's off the chain. It's dynamic.
Yeah,
you know,
it's powerful.
Like it is, man. It's so dynamic that it puts something in motion to make you want to be like, you know what,
man?
Let me see what I got. Let me spit a few bars. Let me lay it down and see if I can put that same sound that they had when they was having that. And what it is what people don't realize is that when we deal with our music that we create, it's organic.
Yeah, that's the best part.
And the fact that it's organic, it yields something. It gives a piece of ourselves onto the track. So when people are listening, they can take that aspect of what we're putting into it, which is soul, you know, because this is coming deep from within when we create this music. And we're hoping that we can share with other people that will resonate with those that need to hear it.
Yeah, definitely. Like in the beginning, like when we started rapping, man, like it was more so like I knew I had the talent to do so, but it was just more so like what topics do I really have? Like now that I have a child, you know what I'm saying, he's almost 3. I got a lot of other stuff going on outside of the music that's just trying to, you know, I'm really trying to get my balance correct. I want to get everything balanced right. So it's like, but now that I've been through so much within the past 4 years, you know what I'm saying, my relationship, everything I got going on, but it's just like I got so much to talk about. And it's like I don't have no reason to speak about something that I didn't or wouldn't do or didn't already do. You know what I'm saying? Everything I like to speak, it's because it's just, everything I speak about is just things that I know for a fact. It's just what's going to happen or what I did. Like we always talk about speaking things into existence, manifesting anything that you want to do in life. You know what I mean? So when I rap, outside of telling a story, I try to make sure that it all, you know what I'm saying, it all coexists with each other. Even what you talking about. You know, I might write a verse and then you write a verse, but we talking about the same thing but on different levels. You know what I'm saying? That's the best part about Dono Los of our group.
Well, the one thing I like about Dono Los is the fact that it's like, it's not a competition.
Nah.
It's more of a, it's kind of like where you have, and I don't want to term it as opposing forces because it's not opposing forces, but when you have, you know, they say opposites attract.
Yeah.
When you have these two different styles that attach and come together, it creates a perfect marriage and brotherhood on the track. And I just hope people really see that through our music.
That's what I'm hoping, because I mean, for the ones that listen to us that actually know us, know that we're very similar, but we actually have we are very different at the same time.
Well, going back to the point what you were saying before too, I really wanted to kind of speak on the fact that, you know, how we kind of motivate and push each other. For example, if you come on the track and you snap,
yeah,
you already know I'm coming right behind you, coming with it hard.
What you telling? Like you think I'm not gonna come with it if I hear you snap on some shit?
Of course.
And then we got a banger every time.
Every time I go on the track and I'm thinking like, oh man, like that was solid. The energy that I done fed you off that track, you come back and I be like, how? You know, but that's the beauty of it though, because it's
the power of creating. That's
it's almost like, you know, I'm trying to think who, because there ain't no sidekick. I was about to say, you know, it'd be like such and such and
it's
such.
It's not really nobody like us though. It's just it's really unique. Like it's because what we do is different. Like I said, like when I post snippets and stuff, like we always say, this all started off for fun. You know what I'm saying? We started off, I made a song, the beat was dope, I found it, we bought the beat.
Well, let's be honest though, we've been doing this for some years now.
Yeah.
You know, it all started back to childhood. You know, I can remember all the way back to when I was probably about like 12 or 13, and I started doing my first rhymes, and I had to use a cassette player. And I would basically, when they played songs on the radio, I would record them.
You showed me you was the one that showed me how to dub them.
Yeah, I would record the beat.
V100.
And then I might only get a few seconds of that beat, but I would rap over it. And that's how I started.
Every time, V100.
And then it just kind of like, it just turned into something because I got to high school later on. And while I was in high school, I remember they had these ciphers. And one day I was sitting there on the edge listening to the cipher. I remember I got a little closer to the ring, got a little closer, and I saw some people out there rapping, doing their thing, and then I don't know if I got pushed, pulled, or requested. I don't remember, but it's like next thing I was out there.
He was next.
And I ain't gonna lie, I was so nervous. I was like, oh my gosh, what are these people gonna think of my music? And when I sat up there, And it's so funny, man. I still kind of remember the rhyme. It was this one line I said. I was like, and stick it to your head like a piece of bubble gum. And you know, this is old school.
Yeah, old school. And it was hype though. It was hype.
The crowd went crazy. They said,
crazy.
"Oh!"
Man.
Like, and it was just like that was my moment when I knew. I said, "Man, I can get the crowd hype like that." I was like, "I need to do something with that." And then somebody noticed me that had connections in the industry, and that was it from there. And then I mean, man, that story is a long story. I mean, I if you want me to tell you the rest of it, I can. But you know, like it just that started something because I started rapping with different people, and in the process of rapping with different people, a whole bunch of us came together as a group.
Yeah. And
we started our first group together. And the one thing that we wanted to emulate is, you know, of course, during that time, we wanted to emulate Wu-Tang.
Yeah.
You know?
Definitely.
Like, that's the thing. We had this huge core of people, but it wasn't like we just rapped like Wu-Tang. It's like
just the core people, that vibe, resembled it.
But, you know, we would take a little bit of Outkast, a little bit of Snoop, a little bit of Nas, a little bit of, I'm trying to think of who was, you know, going on during that time.
Rakim was a little before that, I think, wasn't he?
Yeah, no, it was before that. Ice Cube.
Yeah.
It was somebody else particular I want the name, and I can't think of it right now. But we would take all of that stuff, and we all had our different.
Busta?
Like Puffy.
Yeah.
Maze.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Puff Daddy.
Believe it or not, like all of that had Busta Rhymes. Like all of that stuff had a huge influence on what we were doing. Like anyway. But we created our group, and I promise you, like one of the guys, his father was a newscaster.
Yeah. And
with his father being a newscaster, he had all the equipment and stuff in his basement. So we would go in his basement and we record our whole first album.
Damn, for real.
And that album was called, believe it or not, it was called The Epidemic.
Really?
And you know what I'm saying? Because we were called The Epidemics. And, you know, we felt like we were something new that was taking over, like an epidemic. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's how we ended up terming the names from that. And, you know, it grew and it got to a point where we started doing talent shows. And we was doing the talent shows, like, it was getting mad love. But we would have one song we would do everybody at once. But then we would pair off in different groups where we knew the energy was similar. And then we would rap on stage in those different pairs. And I remember one of my buddies that I was rapping with, it was our time to come on, and we had this whole scene during that time. Like I said, if you remember the Mace jackets, with the gold, with silver, the little silver
like
shiny
joint. Where he was in the little.
So we had the glasses on, the tinted glasses, and then we had these big old silver puff jackets.
And they were hard back in the day. That was hard back in the day, though.
No shirt on. And we were standing there, you know, posing, and then the curtains open, and they instantly went crazy.
Really?
They were just, and then we started, I'm talking about we stole the show. And
you still talk to them?
Some of them, not a whole lot. Like I actually